Hello everybody, Mark here, and today I'm going to be making a sandwich which is going to be, I'm going to be doing several sandwiches actually, hopefully today if I can manage them and spread them out so you won't see them all together, but they're going to be involving pastrami. There we go. It is, you can see that, a wafer thin brisket pastrami. That's the packet, and that is what the, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of it. There's 400 grams. And there we are. And what it says there, formed from beef brisket coated with black pepper, cured and cooked. And on the back, the ingredients of this, beef, salt, potato starch, all that kind of stuff. Made with 100 grams of beef per 100 grams of finished product, and that's pretty good. You don't see that on a packet of other meat, you know. Anyway, so I'm going to bring the camera closer and I'll show you what I'm doing. There we are. First job is to butter, or in this case margarine, on the bread. Just regular Tesco, everyday, cheapest margarine they had. There's, I mean, for me, the margarine. Margarine's pretty much margarine. You get slightly different types. Some of them have got more, you know, made with different butters, different oils. But basically, why pay a fortune when you can get this tub for not much more than £1? It was a long time ago since I bought it, but I do know that it would have been the cheapest one, and it would have been around for this size tub. 1 kilo would have been somewhere between £1 and £1.50, no more than that. £1.50 being the way top end. Okay, so 2 slices of bread. Next ingredient, I'm using low reduced fats, you know, so I'm getting on a bit, but it's just mayonnaise. Okay, I'm going to put mayonnaise on both halves. There we go. Don't be stingy on the mayonnaise. Don't go crazy with it, but definitely, you know, you want to be able to taste it, so you put a good amount on there. All right, that's the mayonnaise. Next step is to take a gherkin. You know, I've done these a little bit too thick. I'm going to try and do these thin. I don't want them too thick and they'll be too chunky, you know. Do them fairly thin. There. These are just oh. There you go, they're pickled gherkins. I've got one left, but luckily I went to the cash and carry yesterday. Well, actually I have one. For some reason they've decided to stuff a half of one in there. I don't know whether it's to make the weight or just to fill it up to the top, but yeah, most times I buy these, you find half a gherkin. Anyway, bought a new one of these yesterday, so that's handy. Okay, next step, I'm going to get a tomato ready. Now that's the tomato, as you can see. 2 bread, mayonnaise. Now I'm going to put some tomato slices on here. What I've done is I've taken the top off the tomato, hollowed it out because I don't really go for the seeds, and then sliced it, as you can see. Plenty of tomato. Now, for a bit of crunch, I'm going to put some gherkin in there. I've cut it as, I haven't cut it as like wafer thin, but it's fairly thin. It's a little bit chunky. I wanted it thin so I can put more of it in there. Okay, but again, don't be stingy with the gherkin. Okay. Here we go with the last ingredient. The brisket pastrami. I've actually had pastrami once before, I think. Just once before. It was in a factory that I was working at. And it was really good. Which gave me the incentive to buy this. I got this from the cash and carry. There we are. Yeah, I mean it's... Take a look at that. It is wafer thin. You see that? Anyway, gonna give it a quite nice. It's you can, there's quite a bit of that. They put quite a bit of pepper on there, but the meat Yeah, if you're not used to it, like me, you can be it's a little bit strong with a pepper. Oh, come on. But what are you going to do? It tastes really good though. Okay, so I'm going to spread this around. I've just thought of something. I'm going to add a slice of Dairy Lee cheese. Because Dairy Lee, well, not Dairy Lee so much, I prefer the Co-op's own brand cheese. But, you know, cheese would pretty much go with everything. Now there's a lot of meat in it. I'm going to have to come up with a lot of recipes to work all this, to work with all this meat. But luckily I've got a few in mind. I've got some, I bought some bread, part baked bread from the cash and carry. I'm going to do some more with a garlic bread. Anyway, yeah, I'll tell you what, this it's really, it's so thin, you know, you can just spread it around. It's great. Okay, now I'm going to have to put that back in the fridge shortly. And here we go, I'm going to put the top on. This is going to be quite a chunky sandwich. Now, there we go. Now, what I'm going to do with, you can either cut it in half, that way, or cut it in half a diagonal, or you can cut it both, you know, that way and that way to make 4, or do the same with a diagonal, that way and that way to make 4 triangles. I'm just going to go cut it in half triangular ways. If you're making cucumber sandwiches like they sometimes do in England, you can, you know, cut them into quarters. Okay, anyway, there you have it. Right now, I'm looking forward to this. You know what? I think a bit of mustard. Yeah, I put mayonnaise in this, but mustard would work in this, I'm certain. The pepper is starting to slightly tingle, burn on my tongue a little bit. But anyway, there it is. Pastrami, a boatload of pastrami, a gherkin, a tomato, possibly 2/3 of a tomato, it's a big tomato, some cheese, mayonnaise. Here we go. The tomato and the mayonnaise is really good, but adds a bit of moisture. The kick from the pepper's coming through. Because the pepper is not like powder, it's more granules. You can actually feel it on the tongue, you know. Because it's like that, pieces of it. This is a right good sandwich. I think, actually I don't think I've got any, I don't think I've got any, what do you call it, mustard. I'll have a look. If I've got a sachet, I'll put that in the next one. But I'm going to use do another one shortly. And that's going to be with a long bread I got from the cash and carry. A part baked one, so I'm going to have to cut it in half to get it in the oven. Anyway, there you have it. If you find the opportunity to find some pastrami, add some tomato, add some gherkin, add some cheese, add some, like what I did, add some mustard if you have it, put some lettuce in there. You know, I'm using white bread, but anyway. So there you have it, just another idea for a sandwich. Thank you for watching.